to it, comes out to O'Connor. Dunlop back out to Telfer. Dying seconds, United have dealt with it. Well, it wasn't a classic, but it is job done for Jim Goodwin and Dundee United. And cue the pitch invasion once more from the United fans, who once more celebrate, this time officially, a championship title victory. They got over the line in unspectacular fashion, you would have to say, but it's another clean sheet for Dundee United and another point that has seen them officially named as championship champions. Not their best performance of the season by a long chalk, but they stood firm. Most notably, Jack Walton stood firm in the United goal to deny Airdrie on 3 occasions in the game. And ultimately, it's United, Michael, who end the season, or will end the season, as deserved champions.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a classic here tonight by any stretch of the imagination, but it's over the course of the full season, and they thoroughly deserve to be champions of the championship and getting themselves back up to the Premiership. A long campaign, it's had its peaks and troughs, but they've managed to get themselves top of the table and back where they really should be.
Well, credit to Airdrie, who you'd probably say were the better team this evening and will be in the playoffs against Partick Thistle in a week and a bit's time. But this evening it was a goalless affair at the Excelsior Stadium. It finishes in Airdrie as United clinch the title. Airdrie 0, Dundee United 0.
My thanks to Michael Stewart and Alistair Lamont. We've seen many a spectacular match in the Cinch Championship over the years. This wasn't one of them, that's for sure. But these post-match scenes are all that really matters as far as Dundee United are concerned. They have made their point. They are officially the champions of the Cinch Championship and are heading back to the Premiership. And the fans are enjoying this moment. Leanne Crichton and Billy Dodds with us. This is what it's all about as far as Dundee United are concerned.
It is, absolutely, as you can see that from the fans that have clearly invaded the pitch behind us, looking to soak up the atmosphere, and a lot of young kids out there as well. Michael summed it up in commentary there just at the end. I think Dundee United find themselves now back where they belong in terms of the club and the magnitude of the club and the support that they've got, certainly. Not a spectacle of a game, I would need to say, and Airdrie probably came away from it feeling a bit disappointed that they couldn't edge it with the chances that they created and the amount of saves that they managed to force out of Walton tonight. But the reality is, for Dundee United, it was, the job was done before they arrived tonight. For them, they're over the line, they're back to the Premiership. They'll go on and look forward to that summer, as you mentioned, to Ross Docherty when we had him on earlier on to speak to him. And for Airdrie, it's now about the playoffs, isn't it? And looking to see if they can go and join Dundee United.
We look as if we could have a few people joining us anytime soon, John.
A good chance. A good chance.
Airdrie were the team that looked as if they'd something more to play for, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were the ones that realised that. Try and claw Partick Thistle back in. Told you, on the money.
Leanne's getting swarmed by all her fans.
But they were the team that looked as if we're going to try and reel Partick back in, whereas United knew, just come here, sit in a shape. I said at half time, maybe to try and get a wee bit higher, it would help. They looked a little bit sharper in the second half, United, but it was Airdrie constantly throughout the game who looked as if they had something more to play for. United just did enough, and then they can enjoy their night, as you can see a few are.
I know, it almost felt like a bit, and I think Michael actually said this at one point in commentary, a bit like a training exercise at times, Leanne. And goodness me, I think we've just seen Ali G on the pitch. Hopefully the cameras pick him up. Dundee United fans very much in party mode. You're right, Billy, they are swarming all over the pitch. I think they might swarm us in a moment or two, but I think the viewers will enjoy that.
Football, but Ali G in an Airdrie Dundee United game, just something else.
I actually thought I was seeing things there, I'm not going to lie. And I'm glad you could remember who Ali G was, just to drop that in there. No, look, the fans, you would just hope at some point they do start to clear the picture. I would need to say, just in terms of the staff and the job they're trying to do.
I think the Airdrie fans aren't enjoying some of the antics. Some of the Dundee United fans now on the crossbar, echoes of Wembley back in the 1970s with the Tartan Army. And there is a threat of that crossbar being broken, it has to be said, which certainly would not go down well. But it's understandable, Billy, isn't it, that the excitement that these Dundee United fans have this evening. But the Stewards have the work cut out right now.
It took them a long time the last time they were in the Championship to get back out of it. I think they're so relieved that they've done it first time this time, and you can understand the celebrations, quite rightly so. Don't want to get too overboard, but I mean it's a big statement getting back to the Premiership, because you can build your club from there, whereas when they were down there, it was always going to happen, wasn't it? But they're in buoyant mood. And quite rightly so.
Quite rightly so. I mean, it's fair enough. These Dundee United fans have travelled in such great numbers, because this matters so much to them tonight, Leanne. 2,200 here at the Excelsior. They're gathering all around us, and they are absolutely full.
Well, it's more than a few that joined us, Jonas.
Absolutely. We will just move out of the way right now as these Dundee United fans enjoy their celebration in front of the cameras. They clearly want to make their celebrations known.
They weren't even on the telly though, that was the big thing.
Absolutely. But they have done it, they've got the point that was required, Leanne. And you have to say, overall this season, they've had their ups and downs, but they deserve this moment.
They do, they absolutely deserve it, as do the fans, and like, they're probably enjoying it a bit more than they would need to with the live TV cameras here, if I'm being perfectly honest. But hopefully we can hear from the Airdrie manager, Rhys McCabe, just shortly, and we can take a breather.
Was it nice?
I think the United fans certainly drawn towards the TV cameras. Let's cross now and hear from the Airdrie player manager, Rhys McCabe. He's joined Amy Cannibal.
Absolutely, Jonathan. We'll save you here. Rhys McCabe's currently getting serenaded by the Airdrie fans. Rhys, how would you sum up that performance tonight?
I thought our boys were excellent. I thought first half we started the game with the right approach. We knew that they would want to kind of come down here and end the season on a high, but I thought over the course of the 90 minutes all that was lacking was a goal. I thought the performance level was excellent.
You spoke about experimentation beforehand as well. That has to be a bit of a boost, that you've managed to have a bit of a rotation going into these playoffs and still putting in quite a fine performance.
Aye, of course we managed to get boys off at the right time, get some fresh legs on as well, so we've come through it, no injuries. That's been the kind of positive for me, but like I say, it would have been better if we'd topped it off with a win, but listen, I can't complain with that performance there.
Absolutely, and that must be one of the most ideal boosts you can really ask for going into the playoffs, that you've went toe-to-toe and if not bettered the league leaders and ultimate league winners.
Aye, listen, but credit to them, you know, they're worthy winners, but I think they can honestly hold their hands up today and say that they were outplayed, and like I said, after the Partick game last week, to then get that reaction, get a clean sheet's really pleasing.
And just finally, I just want to note, obviously it's all about the Dundee United fans right now, but your own fans were out in their own healthy numbers tonight, and they have got a hell of a ride to come towards the end of the season, don't they?
Of course, and listen, we've had the same kind of admiration for winning and stuff as well. We've obviously won the cup, and it wasn't too long ago, it was our fans as well, so I totally understand the kind of celebrations there. Of course there's always going to be a few kind of minority that spoil things, but listen, the two sets of clubs there have conducted themselves most of the time in a good way, so they can enjoy their celebrations, and obviously we look to a big end of the season.
Absolutely, we'll see you then, Rhys.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, huge congratulations to Rhys McCabe and his Airdrie side in the Premiership playoff quarter-finals for sure. And it's going to be tough for them though, Leanne, isn't it, trying to get up into the... It always is for those sides, but he's always been ambitious, Rhys McCabe, this season. I remember speaking to him earlier on in the season, talking about how he wanted to win the title, and you can look at that both ways, but I think it's great to hear that sort of ambition.
Look, if you're in it, you've got to have those ambitions to win it. And I know that probably does sound a bit silly when you're up against those sort of big teams like a Dundee United that have been here this season with the expectations that they had. But I love that from Rhys McCabe, that he's got that in himself, and I think if that's the way your manager speaks and that's the way you're coached every day, as a player you've got that same belief as well, and we know it is heavily weighted in terms of those playoff positions, trying to get up to the Premiership. It's always tough. Partick Thistle thought they were going to break that mould last season and fell at the final hurdle, but Airdrie will back themselves, they absolutely will. They might just at times need to change the style a little bit in those games, as we saw last week against a ruthless Partick Thistle side. If they want to go and progress through the tie, they might just need to add another string to their bow just in these final games, especially at the end of a season when the players have put so much into it. You know, the legs might just not have the same energy and they dominate the ball a hell of a lot, but performance wise this season they've been a joy to watch, they really have, and it would be incredible if they could go and kick on and certainly push to be promoted.
Do Dundee United get the plaudits that they deserve this season, Billy, because they have, you know, actually done better than Dundee did last season in the Championship in terms of points accrued, and I guess it's just the sort of never say die chase by Wraith Rovers that has kind of altered the narrative slightly this season.
It's a tough league, as you know. The Championship can be brutal at times but special, and I think just winning it to get that stability about your club, you can go and plan for the future, as I said in the Premiership before we were mobbed.
Have you ever been swarmed by Dundee United fans in quite such numbers before,
years
Billy?
ago? That was pretty scary, but anyway. But getting back to the point, if you looked at Dundee last year, as you said, but come on, at the season before, it wasn't always straightforward. It's just about getting out, and then you can get that budget that can bring in better players. I think they're going to need a few. Yep. Leanne and I were speaking off air about it, to really be a Premiership club again. And then it's about not being a yo-yo club and going straight back down. It's about staying there, whether you just survive by the skin of your teeth or whether you can build and you get a good momentum and finish top six. United are capable of that.
Absolutely. Aaron Lyle and Gabby McGill have been big players for Airdrie.
Cheers.
Well, the point matters most for Dundee United this evening. They are officially champions of the Cinch Championship, and the man of the match, Jack Walton, has joined us. Jack, how good does it feel? You are the official champions now. I know last weekend was good, but does it taste even sweeter tonight?
Yeah, obviously we're buzzing that it's obviously finally official. It's probably the best way to do it, because we had a party last week, and then we can have another one today because we're official, and then we've got the trophy next week, so we've got 3 parties and 3 weekends, so it's probably the best way to do it.
Just how big was the party last weekend?
Pretty big. Yeah, obviously we really enjoyed last weekend. Like I said, it's been a long, hard season, and obviously after the game and the result on Saturday, we all enjoyed that. Yeah,
I mean, 0-0 tonight. I guess both sides have done the hard work this season already before this evening, so it was never going to be a classic, but you are the man of the match because you pulled off all these great saves, which hopefully we'll see quite soon. You must have been pleased with your overall night's work.
Yeah, obviously I'm just happy to do my job and get another clean sheet. I know the defence this season's been excellent, and in some games I've not had that much to do, but obviously today I had a bit more than what I normally have, and I'm just glad to get another clean sheet.
How would you sum up overall the Dundee United performance tonight? Because to be honest, Airdrie did obviously have the better chances, then they're probably the better side overall, apart from your saves, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think it was our best performance.
Yeah.
But like I said, Airdrie are really, really good football inside. We give them credit, they played some great football. But like I said, the main thing for us was just to get that point and to make it official. So the boys dug in deep, and we defended well, defended the box. 2 centre-halves were excellent in front of me. The whole back 4 was. So yeah, we're happy just to finally get it over the line officially.
I'm glad he confirmed there was a night out. Ross Docherty was here at half time and he was hinting at it, but you've confirmed it now. Can I ask you, did you feel the pressure of being the biggest club probably in the Championship to win it? Did that get to your club and the team at times?
Yeah, of course there's the pressure, we know it's there, but you've got to use that and thrive off it rather than let it affect you. Obviously it's a massive club, and obviously when I came up here I knew the job at hand was promotion, and that was it. Anything else was failure. But like I said, I'm a winner. That's why I came here, because I wanted to win. And obviously finally get it over the line, and now we're going to go and have some parties.
For a couple of weekends.
Some more. How many parties are you going to end up having, Jack? You are the Cinch Championship man of the match this evening. Huge congratulations.
Thank you. Not many for me because my fiancée is due on Wednesday, so I've got a busy few nights ahead of me.
Oh,
That's
huge
even more
congratulations.
celebrations.
Fantastic.
Just as well you've had a couple of weekends then to build up. You might miss next weekends at this rate, but
I've got one more game. I'll finish it off and then have a great summer with the family.
Fantastic, Jack.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
everything. Great stuff. You know what? We have got Tony Watt. He's just joined Amy.
We do have Tony Watt, Jonathan, donning a Champions shirt. Tony, how does this one feel?
Brilliant, aye. It's obviously a full season of hard work and it's got to this moment and we've now done it mathematically. So for the boys and for myself, it's a very, very good achievement. It's took 1 year and the managers kept repeating it. It took 4 years the last time, so it's not an easy league to go out no matter what size of team you're.
Absolutely not easy at all. You were just mentioning there it feels like the first proper trophy you've been involved in.
Yeah, I obviously won it when I was at Celtic, the top league, but they would have won it without me. So I think this one I've played my part and so has everybody else. So no, we feel good and all the boys are obviously buzzing and we're going to soak it in and get ready for next season in a few weeks. But we'll have a little bit of a party until then.
So that'll be party 2.0 tonight then?
3.0, we had a couple last week and I think you can see by the performance we're a wee bit jaded, but no, surely by party we'll hopefully have ran it out.
And will the manager allow for the celebrations, or is the sort of guy that's going to analyse tonight's performance to death?
Well, he had us running about Tuesday, Thursday. I thought we were going to have an easy week, but no, he's good. He's quite relaxed, but he wants obviously to finish off in style like we all do, but I think we can try and find a balance between nights out and celebrating it together, because it is a kind of togetherness we've built this year and we need to go and celebrate it together, and the boys have been buzzing about that.
So you promise us you'll be in a safe enough state to play next Friday night in front of the BBC cameras?
I will be alright, I'm sure. I hope so. Just depends.
There we go. Who you're hoping, Tony. Thank you very much.
All the best. Thank you.
Top man, pal. Thanks.
We have been joined by the Dundee United manager, Jim Goodwin. Jim, huge congratulations. What does it feel like? I know last weekend was all about celebrating, but it's official tonight, points-wise. How does it feel?
Yeah, listen, we're absolutely delighted, as you would expect. I hope we don't analyse the game too much in this next couple of minutes, because I think we looked like a team that enjoyed some good celebrations over the last weekend. So, listen, congratulations to Airdrie. I think they've had a terrific season. I think Rhys McCabe deserves so much credit. He's got them playing terrific football, and we wish them all the best in the playoffs when that comes round. But from our own point of view, we're just over the moon that we were able to achieve that main objective at the start of the season. It's not an easy league. Anybody will tell you that. Last time the club were in this position, I think it took 4 attempts to get out of it, and I think the players and the staff deserve a huge amount of credit for being able to do it at the first time of asking.
Absolutely, Jim. I felt like the whole match tonight was just a preamble to what ended up being the full-time scenes, and clearly it meant so much to the Dundee United fans. We felt the brunt of it as we were absolutely swarmed by them, but they travelled here in great numbers tonight, 2,200, and it must be great for you as the manager to see all these fans giving you the respect that you deserve after what is a championship winning season.
I think the supporters deserve a great amount of credit as well. You know, they've travelled length and breadth of the country in great numbers away from home, and then at home we've had a really stable 7,500, 8,000 on average. We expect near enough a sellout next Friday at home to Partick when we get the trophy, and I'm just delighted that myself, the staff and the players have been able to bring the title for them, because they deserve it. You know, they've had to suffer a lot last season watching their team getting relegated. It's never easy as a supporter to see that happening, but they rallied round in the summer. They saw the work that we've done in terms of the recruitment. They bought into what we were trying to do, and I'm just delighted we could repay their support with a title success.
On a personal level, how does it feel, Jim? Does it feel like you're just pleased with a great achievement? Is it relief, or are you just looking forward now to having a bit of time to rest, I suppose, and then think about the joys of a season in the Premiership next season?
Well, I think Billy will tell you don't get an awful lot of time to rest and relax, but I think most people that have been in this position will talk about relief, and I think that's probably the overriding emotion. Is huge pressure, huge level of expectation on us. We know we had the biggest budget and the resources to back that up. We built a good squad. but you still have to go out there and get the job done. And you know, it hasn't been easy. It's a very competitive league this year, lots of good teams in it, and you know, I'm just delighted that the players were able to handle that pressure that it brought, and particularly for the young ones. I think the experience that they'll have gained this season, the likes of Fotheringham and Miller Thompson in particular, I think that will stand them in good stead.
Billy, you know what it's like managing in this division. What have you made of the job Jim's done?
It's tough, and you know what, and I said that to Jack Walton about it brings its own pressure being the biggest budget and having to handle that and then get performances. You've seen what Kilmarnock and Dundee did, where it wasn't straightforward at times. It's just about getting the job done and then building on it. And that's, I was going to ask you that, like, do you think you'll need a wholesale change? I think if you looked at the numbers you might need to bring in and recruit, I know you're saying you don't get a holiday, it's not, you're onto the recruitment already, but that's the way it is. You've got to build for the Premiership now.
And you know what, I'd love Jim to answer that question, Dodsey, but we've just run out of time.
Thank God.
He's delighted, he is delighted. You're letting him off the hook.
From all of us on the Sports Scene team, it's good night.